Hello, Core Power fam. I miss you guys so much. I wish I could be seeing you in person, teaching classes. My phone keeps sending me my teaching alarms, which is really just like nice little rubbing in how much we're missing each other. And I'm super pumped to give you guys a little exercise and super grateful for any requests for this. I wish we could have been doing the self-love workshop, but I know that we will. Hopefully soon. So this is just going to be, it's a little similar to what we would have done in the exercise, but also adding a layer of like practicality with what's going on and how it can be applied to our lives right now. So it's a little bit different. But for anyone who didn't know, there was going to be a self-love workshop. So it's a little bit of self-love, a little bit of planning of sorts, and a tiny little exercise. And first things first, I know that we're all a little bit anxious right now, and just feeling kind of scattered. I know I personally am. There's a lot of emotions that are pretty high right now. So I went ahead and recorded a 30-minute guided meditation and Reiki healing that combines a little bit of yoga nidra, visualization, and then sort of harnessing your own energy and how to learning how to do that. So it's $10, and if anyone's interested or really needs that right now, needs to feel grounded and calm, I'll link it here so that you guys can check it out. I feel like all of you would appreciate it the most. Yeah, and then from there, we'll just get started. So just grab paper, or markers, or whatever you want to write with. I have some fun Sharpies here because I'm going to be doing this with you. And if at any point I'm going too fast or you need to pause, or you just need more time, I recommend just like pausing the video and finishing out what you're doing and then keep going. So there's no like time limit to this, and you can revisit it any time since your answers will probably change. But yeah, so pause that if you need to grab some stuff, and we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want you to do is think of and write down 5 people that you really admire. It can be family members, friends, like people you know directly, your favorite yoga teachers, or people that you don't know, so people that you follow, people that you watch on TV. Just for whatever reason that comes to mind for you, take some time and write down those 5 people right now and leave some space either below or beside them, because you're gonna write a little bit more after that. So I'm gonna do this with you. If you need more time and you don't have your 5, feel free to pause it. But I have my 5 right here. And I have Jackie Skinner, our OG yoga teacher and Core Power manager. Kelsey, our current yoga teacher and Core Power manager. My fiance, Michael. The founders of Sakara Life, and Kelsey Patel, who is an awesome like Reiki healer and sort of famous in that world. I follow her on Instagram. She's super like light and loving, and I'll put a little note to her handle if anyone wants to follow that. And same thing with Sakara Life. They wrote a cookbook and a whole like lifestyle thing. So if anyone's interested in that, I'll link that too. Okay, so once you have your 5, then words that come to mind that you think of these people or you admire about them. So it doesn't have to be super hard. Whatever just pops to mind. Write down those 5 now. done with that and you have your 5 for each person, I want you to, you can go ahead and pause the video because it's helpful if you read them out loud. You don't have to, of course, but if you're doing this fully and by yourself, I recommend pausing and reading each characteristic out loud and then feeling what it feels like in your body. And the one that stands out the most to you, whether mind or physically, circle that one. I'll read mine out loud to you anyway. You don't have to listen to them. You can go through it, but I'll read mine. So for Jackie, I put ambitious, strong, smart, great teacher, and sweet. For Kelsey, I put loving, joyful, smart, grounded, and fun. For Michael, who's behind me and can hear me doing all of this, I put brilliant, kind, altruistic, compassionate, and selfless. For the founders of Sakara Life, I put healthy, business savvy, creative, inventive, and successful. And for Kelsey Patel, I also put successful, light/bright, loving, energetic, and happy. So I have my 5. I want you to write them big at the bottom. I circled them, but write them big at the bottom, or actually write them on a brand new sheet. Big on a brand new sheet, whether it's in your notebook or on a new piece of paper, and just write out the words. And it's super interesting because I know where this exercise is going, and I would have thought that loving would show up, but it's not one of the ones that I circled. So you'll be, I think, a little maybe surprised by what you get. Paper. We're gonna pause. Here are my 5. I have ambitious, joyful, compassionate, successful, and energetic. And these 5 words, today, maybe a month from now, it could be interesting for you to revisit this, are the 5 things that I know about myself. 5 characteristics that I admire about myself and that I know that I possess right now and can possess or will reflect on for making decisions in the future, which we'll get to in a second. But it's difficult for us as humans to reflect on the positive characteristics of ourselves. Sometimes we're able to, but it's much easier to be hard on ourselves and to be negative. But it's much easier to point out characteristics and things that we love about our friends, our family, people that we admire. And the reason we're able to pick out certain words or certain characteristics is because we have them ourselves. So you could be doing this exact same exercise as me, and we can both have Kelsey on this list, but my 5 words will be different from your 5 words because what we're seeing is being reflected back to us. So I wouldn't be able to see the same things that you're able to see because I don't possess those same characteristics. And it's easier when we do the exercise about other people because we can pinpoint them so easily, and the words that end up sticking out. I mean, granted, all of these words that you wrote are all the things you know that you have and love about yourself. But the ones that stick out the most are the ones that you like really admire and you can feel them in your gut. and you know that you have them. So the reason you wrote them really big in your journal or on a piece of paper is because I want you to put this somewhere so you can remind yourself every day that you know that you possess these characteristics as well as the people that you love around you. And take a moment right now to reflect on that, to reflect on all of these words that you wrote, all of these words that stick out, and just feel grateful and, you know, love for yourself that you do have all of this. And in moments when it's hard and you don't think that you do, or that you're being hard on yourself, you can refer back to all of these characteristics that you have. That you're strong, that you're resilient, that you're kind, that you're smart, whatever they are, you have all of these things. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see them in someone else. So that's step one. That's the self-love part. We would have elaborated a little bit more in the workshop, had some like one-on-one. But for the purpose of this video and this exercise, we're going to take it a little further. And there's also future you. So these things that you know that you have are also the way that you're thinking about decisions you want to make in yourself in the future. So because right now we have this like kind of frenetic energy and we're not really being able to see the long term because we don't know what the long term looks like, we're making decisions and our thoughts are all like in the here and now, like when is this going to end, or I need to do X, Y, and Z business decision for whatever's in 2 weeks. But this will end and we will come out on the other side. So when you're making those decisions or you're having those thoughts, I want you to think from this version of you, these characteristics of you from 6 months from now. So does that decision possess these 5 characteristics that you have and that future you would be making the decisions from? So put this up somewhere, and when you are feeling like, you know, not grounded or anxious or whatever it may be, and you're trying to do something just for right now, refer back to your list, sit down, get grounded, calm, maybe clear your mind, repeat these words to yourself, then go on and make the decisions. Okay? I wish I could interact with you. I'm just seeing myself in a video, so I'm just doing this video to myself. But I miss you guys. Questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the video. I'm also linking my website. So this is just a little taste of self-love things, practices, exercises, chatting we would do in terms of coaching. For those of you who don't know, I'm also a self-love coach. So more details on the website if you want to explore, work together, whatever that looks like. I love you guys. I miss you. I will probably put more stuff up here or a class of some sort. And hopefully see you soon. Bye.